CoderDojo seems to be a bit of a theme this evening, but certainly for me, having worked with some of the young people involved in CoderDojo, already we're seeing the impact it's having on young people. And it's pretty impressive. I think it was Andrew stood up earlier and he was presenting, and straight away that resonated with me. There's, am I getting the names wrong? Yeah. Andrew's over the other side. There's a few guys just like that back in CoderDojo Armagh alongside us. So I'm really here to tell you a little bit of this guy today. This is Buzz, and he was printed in a 3D printer as part of CoderDojo Bootcamp in Armagh during the summer. And basically, he's probably better travelled than most of us here. He's been to the edge of the atmosphere, and he's been in the Irish Sea for about a month. So his story is quite interesting. I'm just going to share a little bit of that with you. CoderDojo Bootcamp, it's done through the AmmA Centre, but I have to stress that this isn't something that's been fueled by any organisation. It's off-the-ground initiative that mentors are pushing. Certainly when I'm involved in CoderDojo, I'm not getting paid, I'm off the clock and I'm working as a volunteer, and I see that as critical to the success of these things, CoderDojo. So this was a programme we put together. It was 7 days long. When I say 7 days, it was Saturdays, it was weekends, right through, so it was a pretty intense week. We had 15 workshops in total. We had 210 individual applications, so it was quite a big event for an otherwise small building. With 15 mentors who gave their time freely, and then the budget for the whole thing was about £1,000. So the stuff that we achieved for that amount of money, £1,000, sounds like a lot, but it's not when you see the work that was done. So I'm just going to run this little video in the background, and I'll sort of talk over the top of it. You'll recognise some faces, probably Stephen, wherever you are, you'll be in there somewhere, and a few others. So, but it's really, where is the learning in all of this? So it started off, the first day, which was a Saturday, we had Stephen in, and he worked with a group of about 20 kids, and the connect stuff that we've already seen, it really is amazing. When you see the engagement from the people, it's top class. And again, what's happening there, the learning, is the young people are sitting and they're coding, and they're experimenting with the stuff, they're going off home, and they're downloading Scratch, which is a free piece of software, and they're taking that further. 3D print, we've already talked about that. Matt mentioned it. These things only cost about £2,000 now, below. So it's not as if it's an expensive technology that won't be in schools. Very soon you'll see that in every school. It wasn't just about coding, in case you're wondering about creativity. We had Uproar Comics come down from Derry, and they've done 2 sessions on digital art, digital graphics, things like that. Everything from electronics through to Arduino and Raspberry Pis, done with those things. Scratch again. So, week long, pretty intense. I haven't really recovered because we haven't run a CoderDojo since, but we'll be starting it again shortly. So, you get an idea of what it involved there. But that brings me on to the sort of flagship project that ran along behind the event. Project Infinity, and that's the link to Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. It was this little box. If it wasn't for duct tape, this thing would not have happened. It's pretty much a foam box wrapped up in duct tape, but inside it we had, this is a computer that was a weather monitor that was put together by the young people involved. Now I really have to stress that it wasn't me building that, it was the young people. So it's an Arduino controller. They've built this circuitry, they've put GPS chips on there, they've put light sensors, wind sensors, you name it, it's on there. They've written the code, and the idea was that this would go up to 120,000 feet and record information about the upper atmosphere. So Infinity 1 is the name of that. So I'm just going to let this short video tell a story. Actually, I'm going to stop it because there's a little bit at the front. You'll understand in a few minutes why it's there. It's not our video footage because the thing was lost. We only recovered it recently. So excuse the embellishment at the start. Okay. Okay, so I'm conscious of the time. Okay, so conscious of the time. Basically, to finish up the story, the probe was lost, okay, and some of you may have seen it on Twitter. We were in Dundalk Bay I spent a weekend in the boat trying to locate this. And I'm out 150 quid, and I think I've nearly lost my wife. But I'm going to skip on there just very quickly, because I want to finish up by saying that it's thanks to the West Coast and this guy, Steve, who was walking and lost on the beach. He came across the box, and before we done our flashback event, which is a celebration event for young people, literally that afternoon, 2 hours before, phone call to say it had been found. Now the GoPros, everything inside, are straight. I'm going to finish with this word of advice: if you try to take on something like this, do not make it grey. Ireland is a very, very grey place. Grey ocean, grey rocks, grey water. Like the bigger island, Ireland is a very small place. The regulations, CAA, Civil Aviation Authority, you have to go and partner up. We work with Met Éireann, Met Office, the Armagh Observatory, so many links built to fuel the learning, give control to the young people. It's not, I'm a big child, it's not about me, and it's not rocket science, and I'll finish with that.